What's happening, folks? Happy Tuesday night. First ever Tuesday night show for us going off here. Heroes Media Group. We are coming to you guys live tonight with the TPO Doc Talk, our first official episode on the new network here. We are stoked. We have a great show lined up for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking fishing. We're going to be talking all kinds of cool stuff. We got some awesome guests. A lot of the TPO team members showing up in the house. We got Jake from Jake's Lure Joint here. Joining us. We're going to have one of our Missouri team guys joining us here after a little while on the second part of the show. You don't want to miss this one, man. We're going to, like I said, we're going to go all over from fishing to health to talking service. You name it, man. Stick with us. Let's get this thing fired up. Happy Tuesday night, everybody out there in Heroes Media Group land. We are stoked to be here live with you Tuesday night. TPO Doc Talk podcast. Make sure, smash that subscribe to the Heroes Media Group. Smash that subscribe on the True Patriot Outfitters, the TPO Doc Talk. We could use that love from you guys. Happy December, y'all. Man, a little bit of a cold snap jumping around the country out here. We had some, out here in Colorado, we had some nice weather. We actually got out, did a little bit of fishing here in the beginning of December, and then a little bit of cold jumped in. Literally last night, driving back from our one of our shoots for that our sponsorship calendar that I'm going to tell you guys about here shortly. I was driving back from that, and the whole road on 287, the highway, just turned to black ice as we come in. It was about a mile of black ice. There was a lot of pucker factor going on out there. It was pretty crazy. But, yeah, man, that's Colorado. We get that. Now, in the next couple of days, we'll be back in the 50s or whatever, and hopefully we'll be back in the yak and chasing down some of those winter fish. Man, we got a cool show tonight. Lots of people stopping by, which is the way we like to start doing this going forward here. As a reminder, the TPO, the True Patriot Outfitters, our mission out there is to get more of our nation's warfighters, get them outdoors. Kayak fishing is our thing. That's what we choose to do. The camping trips. The purpose of this is to create bond, create a camaraderie out there, and introduce our nation's warfighters, the active military, first responders, veterans, their families. We're very family-oriented, very a family-first philosophy is what we try to jump with. That's the whole purpose of the TPO, man, and we use the podcast to basically raise awareness to that, the work we do right here in Colorado and across the country. We've got our little satellite operation working out of Missouri right now, and we plan to continue to expand on that while we've got great volunteers out there. That's pretty much us in a nutshell, dude. That's what we do. And along the way, man, we're fishing nuts. Okay, we chase bass around this state this year, but around the country normally, and we choose to do it out of a kayak, and that just adds an extra element to the whole thing. I'll tell you. I was a big boat guy for a lot of years, man, until I jumped in that kayak, and I don't miss much of that boat, especially not at the gas station. That much is certain. I love my new canoe. I love what she does for us out there, and it's an awesome deal. We got Mr. Jeff May tuning in from YouTube, one of our YouTube channels. Says, "What's up and what's happening, Jeff? We appreciate you tuning in, brother. We appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get right to this, man." One thing I wanted to announce, we have a calendar. Santa Claus has been doing a ton of different photo shoots. Each month is a different scenario that Santa is in, and he is donating a large portion of these proceeds of the sales of this calendar when it's all done right to the TPO and our mission, man, to keep us rolling and to take care of our operating budget for 2025. This is a huge deal for us. It's a simple thing. The calendars, when they go up, they're going to be going on sale for $22 a piece. There's a reason for that 22. That's behind the purpose of what we've got going here to help get that number down until there are none. And so we're going to be selling these things from a lot of different locations around Colorado. We'll obviously be selling them online as well. You don't want to miss this, man. Some of these photo shoots have been pretty wild. And we'll be releasing some social media posts on exactly some of those. We'll give you some B-roll stuff that you can take a peek at. Let's just say last night I was in a big old furry costume, and I had black eye grease all around everything, and that stuff doesn't want to come out of eyebrows and eyelashes, dog, until you get a good scrub on. So I was looking a little emo on the drive home. That was a little bit different there. I'm glad none of the guys saw that, or I'd have never lived that down. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our guest here. We've got, actually, let's go ahead and bring in the team guys first. We'll get these guys in here, stopping by here. Two of our anchor guys right here. We got none other than MC Hammer himself, Mr. Matt Collins. Let me switch over to where we got the layout we want. Hang on, we're almost there. No, that's not it. Yeah, there, that's a little better. All right, get you on the right side. What's happening, Collins?
What's up, Gene? How you doing?
Too much, man. You know, Tuesday night, trying to get used to this new thing. I about went live last night at 7. It was a little weird.
It's all right. We can still change, even in our ages. We can still change. We're flexible. We're agile.
I love that you included me in your age group, dog.
Yeah, we're not that far off.
That's true. That's true. All right. And speaking of old guys, let's bring in the Flanahammer himself. What's happening, Flanagan?
Not much is going on.
Got a show tonight. Got our guest of honor, Mr. Jake Schroeder himself from Jake's Lure Joint.
I don't know how much I'll have to contribute, but wanted to be on the first Tuesday night for Heroes Media, so I wanted to join up.
Heck yeah. Dude, it's an amazing group. Some of the podcasts, go check them out there with Heroes Media Group. It's they got some great shows out there that they put out. In the little niche, like I was talking to Adam Bird about this, that the main thing we want to try to be for Heroes Media is we're going to be a little bit more lighthearted in some cases. We're going to talk fishing more than anything. We'll try to keep it as light as we can through that. Every now and again, we got to get serious. We got to talk about some things here and there, and we'll do that. But yeah, man, we're just going to be, we're going to take people outdoors, take them fishing, man. That's what we're here to do. That's our job. Like I tell people, I tie knots for a living. Okay, I mean that's keep your expectations down here. All right, he's in the green room. He's standing next to a heater. He's in his garage, in the shop itself. Let's bring the man in here, Mr. Jake Schroeder. What's happening, Jake?
What's going on, Gene? Matt, Mr. Flanagan.
What's up?
What's up?
What's going on, everyone?
You staying warm, dog?
I'm as warm as I'm going to get out here in 30-degree weather in the garage. What's going on?
How bad does that mess with the soft plastics, man, when you're trying to pour them? Does it mess around with them at all?
No, it doesn't do nothing. I actually like it when it's colder out because it keeps the molds colder, and the colder the mold is, the faster I can run the plastic through it.
Oh, sweet.
So
Dude,
that's the way I like to do it.
We got Mr. Eric Ali, who's stuck in lovely Denver traffic right there. Yes, he has a good sentiment. Go back to California. We all agree with that. What's happening, Big E? We appreciate you tuning in. Don't wreck. And watch out for the black ice out there. It can get tricky. So, dude, let's talk for those who do not know about Jake's Lure Joint. And give us a little bit of history about what got you into doing this, man.
So the exact thing that got me into it, I was stationed at Fort Campbell, and it was either before my second deployment, so it would have been 2012, or after my second deployment, 2014. Went to the Nashville Fishing Expo, and
that's a big one.
Yeah, it was a big one. I went down there with my wife and kids at the time, and I bought some soft plastic crawls from a company in a color I now call smoking purple, which I'll show you what that color looks like. It's going to be hard for the camera to pick it up, but it's one of my favorite colors to fish is the smoking purple color. But I think I probably spent $100 worth of plastics from this company.
Wow.
And I ran out around the 2017 time period, and I did a little bit of research and started making them about that same time, end of 2017, beginning of 2018. And I just took off from there. Like, my wife is the one that actually told me to start selling baits. And now she yells at me all the time. And Matt knows. She yells.
Go Amber.
She yells. She doesn't yell at me. She'll moan and groan a little bit, saying I'm out here making baits too much, but I got to keep up with the production at the same time. And she understands it, but she still is going to give me a hard time about it. But at the end of the day, she's the one that told me start selling baits. And
Yeah, you got that to throw back at her, right?
yeah, and
This is your idea.
last night I actually went live on TikTok, and she came out here in the garage with me. Matt, I know that's surprising. Matt knows my wife pretty well, and I'm sure him hearing that is in shock as well. That she was on live with me while we were making baits.
She'll hop on. So sidetrack. Stormy used to go on Jake's lives because I would check him out. You know, coming home from work, I'd be like, "Oh, he's about to be on live." I get home, so I get on and start watching him. Stormy trolled Jake and like get on her own account and start watching and asking stupid questions. Then Amber'd come in the shop. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, this is that smoke and purple color right here.
Nice.
So it's just a smoke with a little bit of black flake in it, and then a bunch of purple flake. And it's almost I had one left when I started making baits, and I replicated that color, and I will never get rid of this color. This color will always be in my lineup of baits just because it holds sentimental value to me.
Right.
So
Well, and you're where are you located right now? You're in Missouri?
I am in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I'm
Yeah.
a first sergeant of a 50th MRBC, so it's multi-role bridge company. We're always on the water building bridges, float bridges, and stuff like that. So we're getting ready to go out to do some bridging operations on the Mississippi River in January.
Nice.
It's gonna be cold, but it's gonna be fun at the same time.
Right.
I may even bring a fishing pole to see if I can't catch a carp or something out there on the Mississippi River.
Dude, Mississippi always holds a special place to me, man. I've done a lot of fishing up in the La Crosse area and,
Yeah.
and Wabasha, you know, going north up there by
Mhm.
Lake Pepin and such. It's beautiful up there. We got Mr. Daniel Ferguson joining us here from the Facebook side. Says keep making them.
Yeah, he
And
actually
then-
works for me.
Oh, outstanding and always
he's
busy.
one of
Yeah,
Yeah, he's one of my platoon sergeants. Great guy.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in out there. Absolutely. Make sure to subscribe on that YouTube channel, man. That's a huge help out there. Huge deal for us. So we were talking, one of the things that really separates you from the others out there is the molds, man.
Yep.
Right? And that's
So-
that when people, you know, soft plastic is not all created equal, right? I mean, there are many differences and it's an art form out there.
Yeah. So I am actually moving to strictly custom molds. This is my newest custom bait. The 2.5-inch funky chunk is what I call it. It's just a little chunk bait that I wanted for the colder weather, fishing a finesse jig and stuff like that. But I'm moving to all custom molds. I hope by the end of next year, the only stock baits I have are my tubes. I'm not going to go custom route with my tubes.
Right.
Because a tube is a pretty simple bait at the end of the day. But like I got my baton, I got my wacky time, my skeleton crawl, my kicker. I even have a custom line through swim bait now, which is
Nice.
this is what it looks like from the nose part. It's got that big belly right there. It's 4 inches long, but it has a rolling and a kicking action all in one.
Very cool.
I gotta glue the eyes on that. I gotta glue the eyes on a bunch of them still. But then like that one's got some eyes on it if you can see it in the package there.
Oh yeah.
It's a line through. It's got a 1/4 ounce insert. It comes with a number 2 KVD triple grip treble hook, or number 4 for the 4-inch.
Good
And
stuff.
like I'm going all custom. I even like my 5.25-inch baton. I'm now being out here on Lake of the Ozarks. If you've ever fished in the summer, you need to throw big worms. And I even got a huge Magnum baton now. That's 8.25 inches.
Hey, whoa. Bring that back up.
Yeah, I'll pull one out for you.
So Jake's Wackyton and the baton, those things are awesome.
So I'll pull out. Let me find the baton here, and I'll show you the size difference between the two. It is absolutely incredible.
See, Jake, I saw Jeff's comment.
So this is 5.25 inches. Like,
Hey.
Jeff's my fishing partner out here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you can see the difference in it, and just the girth of it, I guess.
Yeah,
The thickness of it. It's a huge difference.
That
between the
means thickness,
girth
guys.
is a better word. Yeah.
two.
No, they Gene, you like Gene got into throwing the Nico. I think everybody's throwing a Nico now, but that baton is killer, and then the wacky ton is something different. I'm sure you get into that too, but guys
Yeah.
throw a stick bait all the time. It's something different, and I know it kills out there in the Ozarks.
Oh, it absolutely does. I always have no matter for the wacky time, no matter the time of the year, like I would go out there tomorrow and throw a wacky time, even though the water is about 48, 49 degrees right now. And
Yeah.
it absolutely and there's only one color I throw. Jeff knows I only throw one color of wacky time. I think Matt does as well.
Oh yeah.
But
I
it's
went to we stopped at Jake's house a couple months back, and Jake's like, "You want to go fish?" I was like, "Obviously." So the wife stayed at home, and we're playing with the kiddos. And he grabbed one bag of wackatons for us, like a giant bag of them, and a couple of spinning reels or spinning setups. And we went out, and it was a blast. And
yeah, we didn't catch nothing like where we went. We didn't catch anything big, but we caught. We probably caught a little over half a dozen each or so
Yeah.
in about an hour and a half period.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
just like in a creek.
This is a Wackyton green pumpkin watermelon. It's dang near the only color I throw. But
Wow.
these ones are salted, so I throw them on a number one or 1/0 wacky rig hook. Either the Eagle Claw ones. Typically, the Eagle Claw ones is the ones I throw it on, or the Damagatsu ones.
Nice.
But this is my number one selling bait for this year, right here.
Now, is that the only one you put salt in?
I put salt in my tubes as well for my bass colored tubes. For my lake trout colored tubes, which I don't know, you guys can see them a little bit in the bottom right hand corner there.
Yep.
I don't put any salt in the lake trout colored tubes for some reason. When I was stationed out there in Colorado, no one wanted salt in their tubes. I don't know the reason why. They said they would catch more with unsalted tubes than they would salted tubes.
We've actually got a couple reservoirs where they don't allow you to put salt or
Salt,
scent anything in them out here.
Yeah. Antero's one, or not Antero, Spinny.
Spinny, yep.
Yeah.
And an 11 mile, I think, also, isn't it?
It's one of the two. I know.
Oh, okay.
You can have it on one of them.
Yeah, I think 11 miles.
That's enough of that trout talk. Come on.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, that is between the wacky ton and the 3.75 inch kicker this year has been my go-to fishing all year. That's what I've caught. The most fish I've caught this year has been on those two baits. The kicker I put on the back of a jig as a jig trailer. I told myself at the beginning of this year I'm going to fish a jig a lot more on Lake of the Ozarks than because out here you got to fish a jig to be competitive.
Yep. So what would you suggest? Because I'm watching my man Flanagan here. What would you suggest a good trailer that you make for a chatterbait? You got
chatterbait? The kicker, 3.75 inch kicker.
Gotcha.
So I was fishing with Mitch Elsey out here on a tournament, and he was fishing a black and blue chatterbait with a green pumpkin kicker on it. And this kicker has a ton of action. And I'll pull one out here. And this is, again, my second favorite color in this bait. But all it is it's 3.75 inches. And it's got this little appendages here. You can put it on like this, where the the claws are straight up and down horizontal, or you can put them vertical. And either way, it'll still kick both ways.
Nice.
And it's like for most jigs that I fish, I bite it down just a little bit as just a normal jig trailer. But there's a few jigs that I do fish the whole length of the bait.
Good stuff.
And a little secret for smallmouth is put that on a Carolina rig. Yeah. Found that out.
You know, I got to get the right gear to throw a Carolina rig from a kayak, because my old school way of throwing one from a boat, it's just the wrong gear, dude. I don't have that kind of hook set capability in a kayak. So, it just changes up, and I just have never sat down on it long enough to really get there. But yeah, I mean, a Carolina rig, I have watched guys just kill in a day from the front of the boat on a Carolina rig, where I'm back there, dinky donking with a shaky head or something, and just watching guys just, tear them up. Now, mind you, that was back in the land of grass and such, but still, the Carolina rig is older than all of us combined. That thing's been around forever, and it just catches fish.
It does. And it's not very popular anymore either.
Nope. A lot of the old school stuff that we all grew up on that got us into this silly sport, that got us to the point of spending a ridiculous amount of money, we've all like stopped doing those things that we started with, and for all this other new stuff.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe I should just get back.
Yeah,
Who knows?
It works though. I throw Carolina rig here and there. I'm bad about that, but it is what it is. Like I said, I told myself I needed to throw a jig a lot more this year, and I did that, and I caught some good fish on it. But I also caught a lot of good fish on the baton on the shaky head.
Now, do you have a beaver style? Because I'm thinking of my man Flanagan again. He's not much of a he likes more the Texas rig type stuff. What do you have for something like that?
I don't have a beaver style bait.
Gotcha.
It's not a way so with me bait making, I'm not gonna design something that I don't fish.
Gotcha.
Because then to me it's almost a pointless marketing scheme that this catches fish when I've never fished it per se. It's just something I do. I won't do it. I know a lot. Like I have a good buddy out in South Carolina that makes soft plastics, who's also a veteran. He has an awesome beaver style.
Is that tactical?
It is Tactical Fishing, Andrew. Yeah, great guy. Like I talk to him dang near every day.
That's awesome.
And he's an awesome artist, and he's helped me draw a lot of these baits out.
That's so super cool.
And I do have, after the first of the year, the wife told me I can't spend any more money on molds, but Matt knows the next bait I'm going to be coming out with.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it fits his fishing style, fits my fishing style. It's a brush hog style bait.
Nice.
So
Very
it is
cool.
I finally got a picture drawn of it, and it's going to be good. It's going to be completely different than your average brush hog style, though.
That's awesome, man. And, I'd like to see, the funny thing is here in Colorado, pretty much, the sentiment is it's a finesse game out here, right? To get these fish because of the pressure. But dude, last year, I think proof in the pudding is that there's a lot of different ways to fish some of these bodies of water, and some of the bass are actually acting like bass again, with buzzbait bites and jig bites, and just actually being able to get back after them again. So I'm hoping that we're seeing that, come around, because yeah, I can't even spell finesse properly. So
a funny thing about finesse. My dad helps me at all the expos I do, and last year at the expos, he made signs go on top of my where I hang on my pegboards that I hang all my baits on at the expos, and he put finesse on there, and he spelled it completely wrong because he doesn't even know what that word means to him when he's fishing. It was comical.
yeah,
It's awesome.
I feel that.
Yeah,
spell checker is a buddy of mine. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, my dad just fishes spinner baits. That's the only thing I think he knows how to throw. Maybe a tube every now and then.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was funny. But it's been an awesome adventure. I can tell you that much on this. I even got into the little minnow game now, as well.
I was gonna have you talk about that.
I was saying Collins grins sheepishly over there. Yeah.
Well, no. So Jake had this bait that was coming out. He didn't even have a name for it, I think, when we came up there. And I had been on I had one of those weird days fishing where they would only eat a certain color. And I've only had that a couple times where it was like that distinct, where like you could throw everything at them. Nothing. They wouldn't even follow it. And I'm a live scope guy, so I'm watching, how they're reacting. I started throwing a neon green. It was a baby Z2, jig and minnow. And I'm throwing that up there, and they're going crazy on it. Walleye, bass, everything. And it's like it's Pueblo. It's clear water. I'm like, what's going on with that? The week later or whatever, we ended up stopping through back from my parents' house or something. And we saw Jake, and he's like, well, I'm making this, this minnow bait. I was like, can you pour some in green? So like, that's another thing. Like, I don't know, like if Jake does custom stuff very often. Right? He's super busy, but he poured up a whole bag of green.
I didn't make them.
Well, we both did.
Yeah, I
burnt the shit out of my hands.
Yeah.
But
I told you what to do, and I let you make them.
But no, I went out there. I caught a wiper on it. I caught walleye on it. I caught bass on it. So it's a good bait.
Nice.
Yeah. But this is I'll show the bait right here. I got them right here, and my favorite color to throw, which is a triple injection color as well. I don't even know. It's a.
Oh wow.
But it's 3.9 inches. There's a little minnow fluke style type of looking bait. And it's
very cool.
I don't know if you can see all three colors because of the camera or not, but.
And what's the name of that?
That's it's called an equalizer. I named it equalizer now. And this color specifically is called bronzeback.
Nice.
Because it's got a little bit of a bronze on the back, and then some gold in the middle, and then just that pearl white belly.
Very, very cool. And this is the thing that I love so much about Jake's lure joint, about the soft plastics you make. There's names in the industry, right? Like we were talking off camera, the big box things, right? I mean, Berkeley's doing what Berkeley's doing. Missile, they're going to do what they're going to do. But one of the cool things in fishing that can separate you on any given day is when you're giving the fish something they haven't seen. Your baits are custom baits, right? And so to me, it's like this is juice right here. This is secret weapon stuff that, the 90 other guys aren't throwing this. Now, obviously, we want to get those 90 guys throwing your baits for you because I'd love to see you do good business there. But at the same note, it's cool to have the unique molds that you have because it gives the angler that little bit of that edge of I'm throwing something that the fish have not seen as near as much. And that's always a good recipe out there.
Oh, 100%. That's why I think the Wacky Ton, like I love fishing this weightless wacky rig. That's one of my favorite ways to fish. And I think that's why the Wacky Ton has done so well this past year is because it's a different style of a stick bait. Like it's just a little bit different and it has a ton of action in it and it catches fish. It really does.
What's the total length on that Wacky Ton, or do you
5
have
inches.
multiple? So it's a 5-inch? Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Because I always threw a 5-inch stick bait. Like I wouldn't throw a 4-inch. I wouldn't throw a 6-inch. I always threw a 5-inch. So I wanted this bait to be 5 inches as well.
Nice.
Does that Wacky Ton sink a little faster since it's got less plastic?
Yes, it does. It will sink a little bit fast. It doesn't sink quite as fast as Yamamoto, but it'll sink faster than the next one up is I believe a Yum Dinger sinks
Yum
pretty
Dinger.
quick.
Yeah.
It's in between a Yum Dinger and a Yamamoto.
Cool.
Gotcha.
So it does have that sink rate, and when it's sinking down, those ends of it just flutter in the water.
Nice. Good stuff.
It's an awesome bait.
Skips really, really well as well.
Yes, it skips extremely, extremely well.
So, and folks that are tuning in here, one of the reasons we've got Jake on here is we've been going down through and looking to highlight veteran active military owned businesses, and that is Jake Schroeder himself. So definitely get out there. It's Jake's Lure Joint at Jake's Lure plural Jake's Lure Joint on Facebook. Is it the same on Instagram out there?
It's the same on all my social medias.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Get out there, give them a follow, give them a like, check out the soft plastics they have there. Got the website at jakeslurejoint.com. Definitely hit that up. That order you got going there with all them bright funky colors. That's for the forbidden fruit, man. That's going for the trout, right?
That's for the lake trout, which I will say I'm not a big trout fan besides lake trout fishing. Look, you catch them big lake trout through the ice, it's fun. I did it a couple times when I was out there stationed out there in Colorado, and it is fun. The biggest fish that has ever came on one of my baits has been a lake trout. It was a 47.5-inch lake trout caught in Alaska that weighed 37.2 pounds or something like that.
Good night.
Yeah. They had to drill 2 holes next to the one hole to get it up through.
Get that on your medium light, Collins.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, it was a custom color that I did for him. I don't do custom colors all that much anymore just because I'm so busy, but I will do them. And I tell the people all the time, like, if you're requesting a custom color, you got to give me, I tell them a month before I really will get it shipped out to you. It's just the way I'm so busy, especially this time of year going into the expos. Like, I'm doing 4 different expos between January and February.
Wow. Yeah, you're going to be way busy, dog. Way busy.
And that's why I'm stocking up as much as I humanly possibly can right now.
Very cool. Much to the wife's chagrin, right? She's squawking at you for out there pouring.
Hey, fun fact, Jake has about 136 microwaves in his garage. Nice.
Give or take.
He's got at least like 5 microwaves back there. I'm like, geez. He's like, yeah, I just pick them up.
Yeah, I got 5 right now. I got 5. One of them I just need to throw out because it's a piece of junk. It still works, but it takes like 10 minutes to heat up a cup of plastic. So it needs to go in the dumpster.
His garage is like a lab. It's awesome. It's like half lab and then half like his boat, you know? So
yeah, I got the boat. The boat right now has a bunch of trays of swim baits on it.
Nice.
Right now. So you use it as then when I take the boat out, I just move all that stuff and set up a bench, hook up the boat and go. And then when I come back, I just move everything off the bench back onto the front deck of the boat.
Yep, it doubles.
Yep.
That's awesome stuff. Well, man, go ahead.
I got like 3.5 years left until I retire, as long as I don't make Sergeant Major. I got about 3.5 years left, and then we're going to go back to that Fort Campbell area, and we're going to build a house. My wife is already telling me, you're going to have your own shop so you don't have your fishing crap in here. Which I'm completely fine with. As long as it's like a 50 by 50 or 100 by 100 shop, I'll be happy. She could just throw me a cot out here.
leave it to Eric. Yeah, Commerce City style. Some of that go fast. Nah, dog. We're not cooking that. Well, that's awesome stuff, man. So you say you got your new bait you're going to unleash in January, right? Is that what you're saying?
After the first expo, I'm going to have my mold, probably while I'm at the expo, I'm going to have my mold maker start cutting the mold.
Cool.
And I'll have it probably by end of January, beginning of February. And I'll probably release it around that March timeframe, because that's when that type of bite really starts picking up here, is March timeframe, when the fish start moving up shallow again in them shallower brush piles. Be able to throw a brush hog into them brush piles there.
Well, when it comes time, man, hit me up. Let me know. We'll get you back on here, and we'll let you basically put that bad boy up so we can see what's going on with it, man.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hammer, awesome Hammer, did you put in your order for tubes for ice season yet, or what?
Yeah, no, I don't ice fish.
Come on.
I've got smallmouth on his tubes, but I don't ice fish. You know.
Oh, come on.
Right.
The only time I've ever been kayak fishing, I was fishing my tubes with Matt. I think I was using your
you caught one from the bank before we even launched. He's like, oh, I'm just waiting on. He was waiting on me to get everything rigged up for him, and he just threw a tube out and cracked a smallie. Like,
Jake, you got to talk him into it. I haven't been able to talk him into getting out on the ice.
He's not. I don't know. If I was out there, maybe we could just tell him, hey, we're going somewhere and just go up ice fishing.
I won't hold it against you, Hammer. I understand it's tough conditions. It's not like you're a Navy SEAL or something. I mean, those guys.
I just had the best day of the year, best day and a half of fishing, and it's winter because there's no boats out there. They're all gone. I'll have to deal with
I
that.
get it. You can't handle the tough conditions. I know.
Ice is damn right, Eric. You're damn right. Eric O'Leash. Ice is for drinks only. You're right.
That's right.
Hey,
Talk-
can we do a lightning round, Gene? That's kind of
Yeah.
like came up with this, but all four of us. The new Bassmaster series is out.
Yep.
So I've got the events written down here. I want to hear Jake's fished a bunch of tournaments too on the boat side, but I want to hear just the top three. There's 6 events, just the top 3. Not that you could make, but that you would go to as a bucket list to go fish a tournament now. All right. Are you ready for it? Here's the list. The first one is Havasu in Arizona, Lake Havasu. Next is Kissimmee in Florida, Dale Hollow at Tennessee, Ten Killer in Oklahoma, Champlain in New York, and Toledo Bend, Texas.
All right.
I'm going with the first one.
Go for it,
Lake
Jake.
Lake Havasu, because
Nope.
I've never fished. I want to fish. I just like fishing clear water. Dale Hollow, because I fished it and they got really big smallmouth there, and then Lake Champlain because of big smallmouth as well.
Yeah.
That'd be my top. Even though Kissimmee is right there as well, but those would be my top 3.
I'd say 10 Killer I have fished, but I want to go back. Unfortunately, it conflicts with one of ours, and I can't make it. I'm bummed. Toledo Bend, obviously, anything Texas, I'm all about that. And what was I should I'm a native of upstate New York, so I should say Champlain, but I'm going to say Dale Hollow because I've never been to Tennessee and I want to fish Tennessee.
Most of the Dale Hollow, though, is actually in Kentucky.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I was thinking it was a Tennessee lake. Okay.
Yeah, it's on the Tennessee-Kentucky border.
TVA,
Only like a
so.
little less than a quarter of the lake is in Tennessee.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know.
But the world record smallmouth has came out of the Tennessee side of Dale Hollow.
So we're talking like bucket list. If I could go, if travel and right. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Life doesn't happen. You can make it. What would you go to?
So first, right out the gates, Kissimmee, Florida strain. I lived in Florida for many years, and when I was a kid, but I was never able to go bass fishing. The only fishing I did was in the ocean, and a lot of that was with a piece of chicken tied on a string hunting for crabs. So we were poor. But Kissimmee, so def for sure. And then, of course, Toledo Bend, Texas, big fish, man. I want to get over there. I've not had a chance to hit Toledo or Sam Rayburn. So that's definitely on the bucket list. And then Champlain, man, I want to see Champ. I'm going to be spotting for Champ out there. That kind of smallmouth fishing, that's legendary stuff. And there's actually one hell of a population of greenfish in that water too.
There is.
And so, that would just be, upstate New York would be something very similar. So those would be my 3.
When is Toledo Bend again?
September 27, 28.
Yeah, see, that's a haul. That's like 16 instead of the usual 12 for Texas. But
Right.
Other than that, Havasu is the only one I could possibly make. So I might try to do Toledo Bend. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I want to. Havasu has big smallmouth and greenfish in it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about Havasu, but it's
also got really big bluegill too.
Yeah, I mean, the main reason I want to do that one, besides supporting Bassmaster and Steve-O for coming out west, is start the season early in January. Why wait till March? Let's go.
Yeah, that like Eric said, they get the world record bluegill came out of Havasu.
Yeah,
it was like 5 pounds or something.
I mean, hey, it gets you off the ice. You don't have to mess around with any of that ice fishing. Go down to Havasu, scratch the itch.
Yep, I'm ready to get started. Let's go.
All right, my 3. My first one is Champlain. I want to go scope giant smallies up there, and the numbers are huge. Number 2, probably Toledo Bend. I've actually launched dudes out of the back of a helicopter in Toledo Bend before, but I've never fished it. And then the third one is Havasu. Eric just got me with Shellcracker there because I plan on going to that one. And if I can fry up some Shellcracker, that's about as good as you can get. So
Good stuff.
cool.
Good stuff. Yeah, I personally love the new schedule they come out with, man. They're going all the way around the country. Now they couldn't hit everything, but they added an extra tournament. So kudos Bassmaster. They appreciate the fact that they're actually giving 6 for the kayak series now. And dude, they're going Arizona, Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma, New York, Texas. Come on. I mean, that's about as diverse as you're going to get, man. That's a great schedule. They I think it was worth the wait for sure. They did a good job with that.
100%.
Good stuff.
Great.
Like, I'm not a big kayak fishing, but when I seen that schedule, I was like, that's pretty diverse and that's a pretty good looking schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. In there was I saw some squawking online about nothing in the Midwest, but you got to think about it, man. Midwest is tough, and not for nothing. 10 Killer's pretty damn close. I mean, that's in the Midwest.
That's
of the stuff. I mean, otherwise you're
Oklahoma's that.
right. So yeah, I think they did a great job, and they wanted to make sure that they're on great fisheries, and it looks like they are. So that's the kayak game that's going to be fun to watch that unfold this year.
Has anybody else heard this? I saw it in the comments of the KBN announcement about the schedule. Hobie's taking the year off, or was that somebody just talking crap?
They don't have a schedule, and I think that is kind of the rumor is that I have heard, they're hopeful that they can put something together, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Wow, that's crazy.
You remember last year I told you guys that there was some big stuff coming down the pike when it came to these, and dude, their numbers got hurt too. I mean, They had a couple big events, but they were not absolved from ouch, Eric, ouch. But they were not, kept free of the issues of the industry out there. The only one that was impervious was Bassmaster. They rose to the top like we kind of anticipated they would, for sure. So and they got a great guy leading the charge over there, and it's going to be fun to watch it. And I wish that series the ultimate best of success, man. Our sport needs it for sure. Well, listen, man.
I got one question.
What's up?
Since Matt asked that question, so if you could fish any series from a boat, MLF, Bass, or MPFL, which one would you fish?
Oh man,
I already know what Matt's answer is going to be, but
for
me, it's MPFL with no live scope.
Yeah,
you see James Watson's going there.
Yep.
Worldwide, he's heading over
he
to the
fishes
MPFL.
a bunch of tournaments out here this time of year on Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
What would you fish, Matt? Bassmaster.
I mean, I went to that MPFL way and it was awesome. But I think that's like if it was like I could do anything realistically, will I ever? No, absolutely not. I don't know. Yeah, Bassmaster.
All right.
I'm a fan of MLF. I do one of the few remaining, I guess. I like their roster. I'm a fan of Andy and Ottifo, and anyway, but probably MPFL because I'm not a scoper. So
yeah, I love the concept of what the MLF started with. I love the anglers over there.
Yeah.
They're some of the best that the sport has ever seen, but I have zero trust in that organization as a whole.
Oh yeah, no, the organization I could care less for, but the product I like, the anglers.
Yep. I think that of organizations, Bass has risen to the top as being the one that is at least trying, right? I mean, some people may not like their decision of what they've done with a few things, and that's fine. You don't have to like the decision, but the fact of the matter is this wasn't a knee-jerk reaction by Bass. They've calculated, they've tried to deliver what was asked, and I'm sure we'll see it evolve. We'll see things change, and but Bass is at least plugged in and listening and trying to do the right thing out there. So yeah, for sure. Plus, dude, they're the one of all of everybody that had the option to get on board with the kayak side of things, Bassmaster did.
Yep.
And I remember that very closely because our sport deserves that, dude. It's got the support, it's got the people behind it, it's got the talent, and I think it's just cheap on the other sides for not supporting it better, at the bigger level. So, kudos, Bassmaster.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, listen, I've got one of our Missouri team guys here sitting in the wings. He's been very patient waiting here, so I want to go ahead and get to him. We're going to move to the second segment of the show. Jake, you are more than welcome to stick here with us, man. If you want to hang out, or if you got things you got to go get done, that's totally understandable.
No, I'm good. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you having me on. It's a good time every time you've had me on here, so I appreciate it a lot.
Well, we'll start doing this. We'll start making this more of a habit, dude. We'll start getting you on here, make sure we got our dose of Jake's, lures going in, especially when you got new colors and stuff. And I'm telling you, when I smoke Collins and Flanagan with one of them custom baits we talked about before the show, then we'll release the juice on that.
There you go.
That's right, because them boys are going to be buying.
What exactly is in that vape? Your
Whatever. This is Slim Shady, dog. This is a new gene coming into the fishing season this year. I am about to be half the man I was before I started. So, yeah, good stuff. All right. So go out, check him out, Jake's Lure Joint. Make sure to give him a follow on YouTube. Make sure to give a follow on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And go check out the website. Check out the stuff.
Appreciate it.
And Eric here infused with Sex Panther 60% of the time. Boys.
Yeah, right.
Lord. I need to stop showing Eric's comments out here. All right. So what we're talking here, we've got one of our team guys out of Missouri that's going to be coming in here. Now, I had a chance to meet this gentleman when I was in Missouri at Joplin. It was last year after the Norton event. We went down and we had a chance to go out and do some kayak fishing at Peterson Outdoor Ministries, which was a fantastic deal. Bud's Baits of Joplin, Missouri provided the new canoes for us, and we went out and had a blast all day long. There was, I think, 3 or 4 over 5-pound bass caught that day. It was beautiful. Great lake there, and got a chance to meet this dude. And this guy is a one of a kind, man. I love me some Jason, and Jason you're not going to find a guy more plugged in with his surroundings out there. And so we started talking, and like every other Marine that I have ever encountered, he wants to continue to serve. He wants to get involved and do something. And so he's got ideas of some really cool, a river float trip is the concept. And so that's what we're going to have him on tonight to kind of talk about this and see if we can get some interest and see who might be interested in looking at something like this. Dude, we're talking about kayaks, going down a river, camping on the shoreline, catching your own food. Come on, dog. I mean, this could be a whole ton of fun. And you need a guy that knows what the hell he's doing out there. Well, Jason is that dude. That's the guy he grabs. Let's go ahead and bring him in here to the show. We'll check, make sure he's got sound and everything. Jason, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Y'all good to go up there?
Heck yeah.
Good.
Awesome, man. So you hanging out with Klaus?
I don't know if I'm any good at this tech deal, but we're going to give it a shot here.
That's all right, man. We appreciate you joining in. I saw Klaus earlier. Is he there with you?
Yeah, he's it's getting on his bedtime, actually. I got a whole passel of them around here.
Gotcha.
I got my future possibly son-in-law. He's in the Marine Corps. I got his Australian Shepherd right now. So it's been a crazy household.
Good stuff. Well, let's introduce folks to you. When did you serve in the Corps, sir?
So I went in 95. I came out in 99.
Gotcha.
I was kind of, just a Marine doing Marine things. We went everywhere, done Marine things.
That's right.
It's kind of one of those things where we bounced around a lot, just doing this, that, and the other, kind of filling the gaps, and that's
awesome
thing. It pretty easy stuff. I was Yeah, 0351, which is anti-tank assault, demolitions, some this, that's, and the other, kind of field expedient engineer, making big holes in things.
That's right. That's right. Love it, man. Well, in our connection, man, what put us together, um, and made that connection was Jimmy Burgess.
Yeah,
Jimmy through
Jimmy.
Heartland Canine for vets, man. That connection there is how this all came about.
Yeah, I've known Jimmy for, gosh, it's been some years now. He's had some various things go on, and he had worked with some guys and doing some um, oh leadership courses and some things like that. Family, friends, we just kind of jumped in, helped out where we could on that. Um, it's just that thing, man. It's having a reason to stay in the fight. A lot of us, you know, um,
Appreciate that stuff, dude.
what you guys, what we're doing, where we're going, those sorts of things. It's staying in the fight.
Now, did Klaus come through Heartland, or did you have Klaus before?
Well, I kind of started Klaus on my own,
Gotcha.
being the, I'm an amputee. I'm a below knee amputee. So, with a lot of the things I'd done, either in the outdoor space or, just kind of, I needed somebody else. We spent a lot of time, doing a lot of trail hiking stuff. Somebody kind of, he can pack like 30 pounds of weight for me. That kind of saves me some wear and tear. Then all the other issues that, you know, we kind of deal with as having a service dog, right? We go in the stores, we get a little extra space. Um, you
He
know,
he helps
yeah,
with that. That is one intimidating looking pooch, man. He is such a sweet boy, such a good dog. But yeah, that's a big pooch you have, man.
yeah, he's working right at 90 pounds. So, yeah, he's pretty slick. He's a better. I'd get him up.
Right? And what is his breed again?
So, yeah, I kind of got him by accident. Um, we had a breeder before. I have another female German Shepherd, and we kind of got her through. Anyways, he was an accidental yard breed, but he's mostly Czechoslovakian border type Shepherd. It's a little German and a little East German. It's kind of in between, but he suits me real well. He's smart cookie. Um, you know, he does some bomb detection work. Um, just he's just smart cookie. He's just constant companion. I got pictures of him and me running a canoe running trout lines for some catfish. I mean, he
That's
goes there,
awesome.
does everything, man.
So the kind of fishing we do though, Jason, is like, it's not the normal kind. You get down into the primal side of fishing, man. I mean, like hand line stuff is what you do out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, if there's probably a way to catch fish, I've probably done it. Through just a lifetime of it. Everything from noodling, doing a little spear fishing, trout lines, limb lines, trout lines, you know, getting on smallmouth in these creeks or working, bass. It's not just, it has more to do with just being outdoors and being immersed in the nature. Like, I heard you guys talking on a podcast. You guys, you're bass fishermen, guys. You know, and not putting down bass fishermen.
Right, right. No.
um, you know, but it's kind of, sometimes I think you can lose kind of some of that the actual zen of fishing, right?
Right.
It's like zen in the art of cycle repair. I don't go out there. I love to catch a big fish. I'm still looking for that perfect day. But, I've done, some ocean fishing on both coasts and, down in the Gulf of Mexico, redfish in South Carolina, tearing stuff up, right?
That's bucket list, man. Gets that redfish. I would love to get a chance.
Yeah, and then again, we'd go on a vacation, right? And it was with kids or, adults, and especially with some of us guys that's been in the military and been able to go here and there and the other. And it's like I was in Japan and I was like, man, I'm going to figure out how to go catch a fish. and I figured out how to do it. Had to do it with a sling, but I went and got some fish and
Sling fishing.
Yeah. Hawaiian sling.
Yeah. Flanagan, Hawaiian sling. What you got for that?
Yeah. And you got bass fishermen hate us because, anyways, that's beside the point. But
Because you kill everything you catch, right?
yeah, but the thing is, right?
But you're eating it. There's a difference.
It's all going on the table. I eat better than most kings.
Right.
I mean, I eat better than, and that's that's kind of a part of this kind of deal is when I want to get started, right? A lot of these guys, it's when you see something on TV, you see bass come up, or you see these high-end guided trips, and I've been on those trips, right? And but when it comes down to it, you got a hook and a bait. You're still working that. You
Sure.
have to learn how to read those areas to get in and find those fish. And a lot of times when we go into an area, and we go in the area 2 or 3 times, I'd get a guide, go out, and the guy kind of comes around. We live bait fish, and we find some fish here and there. Up in the Dells, we went and caught some really large, just saugers, right?
Nice.
I just absolutely love them. And it's some of that subset fishing that a lot of people, it's a little easier to get into and a little lower cost than thinking, hey, I need $120,000 bass boat.
Right.
I need to spend $300 to go on the lake to a weekend. And these guys that, I want to get, down to these Ozark regions. You guys just had some guys from Leonard Wood on there.
Yep.
Those guys, if they get in, on the Jack's Fork, the 11 Point, the Gasconade, get down in here in my neck of the woods. I'm 2 miles from Grand Lake.
Nice.
And
so
yes, sir.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about some of the idea of what we were talking about doing here. That you and I were sitting out in front of the deli there that was hosting the wall. We were sitting there chatting, and we started just kind of spitballing some ideas of a trip that the TPO would sponsor and basically provide. Want to take a couple guys, grab some kayaks, and get out there. Talk to me about what that looks like in your idea.
Okay, basically. Me personally, I take a month sometimes, and I'll just basically head off to the river, find some place I want to go. I'll get there, I'll go through and scope some things out, find some fish, right? Get some guys there, put them in some kayaks, and some basic steering will be on big enough rivers. There shouldn't be all class 1, maybe a little class 2 stuff, easy peasy, working, spot and stock, smallmouth, shallow water. That works good.
And we're not talking rapids and stuff on this float.
No.
This is easy. This is easy river travel.
Easy Ozark streams. There's no, digging all day. I'm building some trips here. I'm actually sitting in front of my maps right now, trying to figure out an area to kind of put in my first camp of the year. And so, getting some guys there that want to spend a day, 2 days, 3 days, I'm going to be there. Right.
Right.
The grub, if you've ever followed me on Facebook, I can cook a meal. And then we'll just kind of work it from there. We'll be this is looking more kind of the springtime era. I need to water basically so we don't have any cold injuries or anything. I need the water in that 55-degree temperature. So we're looking probably April, May time period, kind of get in a couple of weeks before that Memorial Day kind of hits on some of these waters.
So the thought is we get in some kayaks, we start to float there, and then basically just going to hit. Our target is like a camp, basically a campsite
Right.
that's some determined pace, down the river there, right?
And we're looking at, if we're going to fish it, I'm going to try to find a drop off point to where I can, you always want to float to your camp, right? There's some safety issues that if you put in at your camp and you put past your camp and so on and so forth. But you want to float to your camp, and whether, there's lots of public access spots, we can pull some people out, looking at 4 to 6 miles kind of in a day.
Nice.
With, current and, depending on flow, we can get in there and get some good, serious, cast and blast, spot and stock, kind of get into maybe some little feeders and tributaries that are coming in there, even if we got to pull out a lunch, do a stop and go lunch, that
with
everybody's happy and kind of well rested.
With the goal that we're going to catch dinner, basically, right? I mean, that's what we're trying to do, is try to make sure that we catch dinner on the way down to camp.
Right. So basically, as long as, I got to check up on some of the regs. It's been a little bit since I've been in some of these, but I, catch a brown bass a piece,
Yep.
possibly, there's some green fish in there too. We may pick up, there's kind of no telling what you pick up in there.
Crawdads, right?
Yeah.
There's some of them mud bugs, Collins.
Yeah.
You like them mud bugs?
No, I was just going to tell him. I was going to say, Jason, if you fish with Gene, you're going to have to catch a couple extra fish because
Yeah.
you might have to feed him. If we're talking about having to feed ourselves.
So
Oh, shots fired. Wow.
I'll be all prepped up and ready. I'm sure there'll be 20 pounds of blue cats in the freezer. Just in case we get a.
Gene,
Yeah.
bring a can of beans, Gene.
Can only eat what you catch.
Yeah.
I'm on a diet anyway. Shut up.
Make some beans. You see that comment?
Can't eat bites. Well, old Freckles chiming in with a little bit. All right, you sons of. You see the love I'm getting here, Jason?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I'm seeing it coming.
That's right.
But
Yep.
And this is what I was kind of getting to when we were kind of spitballing this. The lake fishermen and kind of some of the pond stuff. You drop in, you go, and there's there's not as much peace as I find on some of the rivers and streams, and just kind of,
Right.
you're getting this different flow, and especially, working with some of these guys, if, we can change some of that headspace sometimes. I know as
Oh, yeah.
veterans things, we get locked in on this is how it's got to be, and this is what we got to do, and these are my responsibilities. But I want to get a place to where we can just kind of take that away and be Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn for a little bit,
Right.
and figure it out.
What do you say, Jake Sawyer? Are you down for something like that?
I'm always down for anything. I'm always
Nice.
willing to try something once.
Right. Right.
I don't have a kayak though. I can tell you that much. I got a boat.
That's right. So talk to me, Jason. So we do this for day one. Then we're going to wake up on day two. Are we targeting another camp, or are we just going to fish that day down to a takeout point? Kind of what was your thought?
Yeah, and we can pull, once I get up there and get in some of these spots, is I can kind of critique it to the day. We can pull out there, and then I get a runner to pick us up, on down, or, if somebody's got to pull out early, we can do that.
I like that as an idea for the first trip, is that we float all day, fish all day, we catch our dinner, we camp out. Next day we wake up, pack up, get back in the yaks, float for another day, do some fishing all day, and then we have a takeout place where we get a runner van down there to pick us up and get us on out. That sounds like a great first run.
Yeah, and just the first run, and if that goes, I'll stay 2, 3, 4 days, 2 weeks, a month. I mean,
the rest of us will end up having to eat our shoes, Jason. All right.
But and we'll be there in the spring, and if we get somebody that's like, I'm not feeling this, I do a lot of the foraging thing too. It'll be spring, the morel mushrooms should be up. We can get into some other places. I know in this area there's like Rocky Falls. It's a great place to take pictures, or there's little nuances to the area, especially the Ozarks, where and if we want to pull out, we can go up to Montauk Springs, and they have a trout park up there.
Nice.
Collins
is definitely down for that.
We are not doing trout.
That trout park is actually really cool.
Yeah,
that trout park. Hey, Matt, I'm not even kidding you. You would even like that place.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to go see 100 fish?
Right. Yeah. Right.
And
that's wild.
Work them out. If you want to throw a fly rod, throw a fly rod. If you want to spin cast. You want to take a gig, take a gig.
So talk to me, Jason. Is it squatchy out there? I mean, what is the potential thing that I could trip Collins and Flanagan and let them be bait for, like bobcat, Sasquatch? What do we got out there in the woods?
Oh, what are you
let's go there.
Worry about hillbillies, the mountain lions, the bears, the bobcats, the foxes, the raccoons getting in.
You guys got bears out there?
That's easy peasy. The cottonmouths and the copperheads. It's pretty simple.
Nice.
You're bigger than everybody else.
I'm like way smaller. Collins is the big guy now.
Oh,
I'm almost smaller than him. I'm thinning down.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Thanks, man.
I thought we were going to talk about Bigfoot for a second there.
Well, I mean,
he's in the comments.
Right?
Awesome, man.
That's what I'm saying. Squatchy, man.
What's the craziest animal you've seen doing one of these?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I've seen some cougars. Um,
Hell yeah.
different.
We got those out here for sure.
Very. We're starting to get some more bears in the area. They're really a rarity. You'll probably actually see more cougars than bears. Bobcats. The worst thing to run into is a skunk. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mm-hmm.
that's
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten out on one of those trips, Jason?
in this country or foreign country.
No, this one in Missouri specifically.
I want to hear both now.
I mean, gosh, none of it's weird to me.
Right.
I'm kind of like happy.
It doesn't have to be an animal. I mean, it could be a plant, a weird plant that you ate too.
Well, it's kind of when you know what stuff is, right?
Right.
I do like some mullein tea. I do, oyster mushrooms and chicken of the woods mushrooms and
Chicken of the woods. I like it.
chicken of the woods. I do the mushroom thing. As far as like weird.
You ever eat anything you were sorry that you probably shouldn't have eaten?
That's all in the cook. Now, I've eaten a few greasy possums that I didn't get good enough, good enough,
Ooh.
But
Possums? Did you say possums?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
that's definitely. I don't know about that one.
now, what'll surprise you is actually a bobcat. Bobcat.
Is that legal?
Matter of fact, you can't not kill one and not try to consume it. It's considered wanton waste, even in different countries. Not different countries per se, but different states.
Dog, I don't know if I could.
There's
I don't know if
different
I could
countries
hang.
that definitely eat cat. What does bobcat taste like?
I'm not doing a bobcat drummy, dog. I don't think I can do that.
It's
PETA, we're gonna get you canceled with PETA tonight. But what does bobcat taste like?
It's like suckling pig.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually really good. Some young coons right up there on the list of one of my favorites. Muskrat, beaver, they're all good. It's all in the cook, not what you're cooking. Meat's meat.
Right. Yeah. Salt and pepper go a long way.
Yeah. I make sure I pack a little seasoning every time I go out.
Yeah.
That's awesome stuff. Well, look, man, I am excited to see if we can put something this together. Obviously, we gotta get the details pieced together. But this sounds extremely exciting. Is that? Oh, is Klaus there?
Yeah, Klaus is here. Me, that's it. Say hi.
There he is.
Trying to see him there. He's a good boy.
Yeah, he is one gorgeous looking pooch, man. But yeah, man, so we're gonna try to see if we can piece all this together. We've got some moving parts we got to get there, and then obviously, Jason's going to be the whole lead on this. We're going to be putting our collective hands together, and lives in his hands, and his barbecued bobcat possum stew or whatever in the hell we're going to eat when we get there.
We'll have to figure out something.
Yeah.
Dad's got a beef ranch. I'm sure we can get a steak or two on there.
Well, I'm thinking we ought to add it to you got to catch the other guy's dinner. So I would be in charge of catching Flanagan and Collins's, food for the night. I like that idea.
But I like to do, and I've done it with the kids, especially when they were a little younger. In as long as we can get into regs, but I'll bring a fishing bow, right? Throw a fishing bow down there. I'll throw a gig down there. I'll throw a fly rod down there, a spinning cast rod, and a bait caster, and we all draw numbers.
Oh, nice.
draw numbers, and whoever gets whatever they pick, we can take it out.
Cheat's gonna
Yeah.
get the fairy wand.
It just all depends.
Yeah.
Jason,
There's always games.
what's camp look like? Is that like do you pack in a tent, or is this like a tarp situation, or just a sleeping bag?
As long as we got the people and read the situation. Right now, I'm going to be rocking a pop-up, and I got a pop-up camper. It's got 2 queen-size beds, fold-out bed. It does have an AC unit. We do have,
Bougie.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound too primal, man.
Oh, no, believe me. Once you get started on this, and if you're going to go the duration I'm talking about, when I'm going there for a week or two, right? Those little niceties make a big difference. But we can set up. If I can go up there and I can find a good kind of spot camp where we can throw some mats out, or take some lightweight, basically something to keep the bugs off of you at night. Temperatures should be in that time frame, should be really good for sleeping at night. These are kind of the details that I got to get in and work out.
Yep.
You can't, the weather's the weather. Right.
Well, I think old Freckles is definitely going to have to come along, especially after that bear gagging story he told that I'm not going to throw up on the screen here. But if look in the comments through YouTube, that was a fantastic story he just shared about his experience out there. Yeah, I think old Freckles needs to come along. He's talking such mad beef here. I think we need to bring him along in this trip. That would be definitely comedic, because I want to see him have to use some chicken to the woods for more than just consumption. That's right. That would work out.
The end of the day, it's all about memories.
You bet.
I heard you talking the other day. I remember this trip I had. It was the worst trip I had, but that was the trip you remembered. My tire blew off in the middle of nowhere, and all those crazy things that go on when guys do these trips. Those are the memories, right? That's what we're looking for.
No, that's absolutely true. I mean, we, obviously what we're going to choose here, we're going to grab some vets. We're going to grab some war fighters that would be up for something like this. Looks like we got Daniel Ferguson here. This my man here. He is all down like a clown right out the gates. He's been chiming in there. But, getting some folks, I would love to bring at least, a couple guys from Colorado out there to have a chance to experience the Ozarks like that, because I think that would be just an amazing trip that we could. And then we'll get the team guys definitely around it and see what we can put together, man. So yeah, we'll start see if we can move our chess pieces into place in here and see. The one hitch on this whole thing, I will be open straightforward. I just got to double check our insurance and see what that is entailed, for something like this, for the TPO to be on board with something like that. We should be good, but we'll check.
My stepmother, she's a CPO. I'll have her draw out a contract and sign your name, and I'll do it to it.
Nice. Good stuff, man. Well, listen, Jason, thank you so much, brother, for everything, all your time and everything that you're doing here and in trying to bird dog. You and I will be talking offline. We'll get back together on this and see if we can piece this right after we get through December here. That's when the 2025 calendar is stacking up. It's looking awesome, and the TPO is hoping to take this momentum and just drive home an epic year of events that we got planned, some cool collaborations coming down. So you're going to be right at the heart of that, man, because that's definitely going to be a cool deal.
Grassroots stuff, and I don't know anything better than getting in the dirt.
Love it, man. Love it. You're the guy that definitely we want up front on that stuff. Well, thank you, Jason, so very much, man. We appreciate you stopping in here, and I'm sure we'll be having you back on, and we'll be talking about this trip further we go.
No worries. I appreciate y'all.
All right, brother. Take
Take it.
care.
We will.
All right, boys. Well, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. We've done pretty good here. Hour 20. Had some real spirited conversations going on out there in YouTube land out there. Thank you guys so very much. For all the conversations there that were following along with us here. We've had a great viewership. Night one, Heroes Media Group. Gotta say, man, it feels good to be here and to have the audience coming through. Everybody that tuned in, we love you guys. Make sure to smash that subscribe button for us on YouTube. Make sure to hit Heroes Media up. Check out at Matt Collins Fishing. Check out at Matt Flanagan Jr. Fishing, right?
Matt Flan Jr. Yep.
Matt Flan
Matt
Jr.
Flan Fishing. Yep.
Perfect. Yep, hit that up. And of course, Jake's Lure Joint. All the follows in the world. That's the easiest way you can support all the stuff we're doing. Bootsy, what do you think, dog?
He's been sleeping the whole show. He's
Dude,
out.
he's too cute for you. He is just too damn cute for you.
You got to go to Bass Pro today and meet Santa Claus.
I saw that. It was awesome.
You had a good day. You got a bass.
He's got to be like the most chill puppy I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's.
Do you drug
I wore
him?
out. No.
Okay.
That dog's also going to be the most spoiled dog in the country as well.
Right?
Yeah.
Knowing
Right.
Stormy.
Right?
Yeah, that's kind of like the balance. Like I actually got him crate trained because that was like a hard line for me because we had a beagle before and the only trick that it knew was how to snuggle and eat off a fork. So
That's not a trick.
we're doing better. We're doing better now.
That's right.
And Boots, he does like great hooks. Yeah, exactly. Hook our boy
Awesome.
here.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right, boys. Well, listen, thank you guys so very much. Appreciate you stopping in here. Hang tight for me after we roll out of this this bad boy, and I'll chat with you before we wrap it up.
I appreciate it. Thanks again, Gene.
You bet, Jake. We'll be seeing you soon, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, folks. That's it. Show number 1 on the Heroes Media Group. Official show number 1. We're into season 5. We're already season 11 episodes here. We're going to start picking it up. We got some cool interviews coming down the pike. We're going to start having different segments that we're going to start talking about. We got some stuff like angler health that we're going to address in there. When you're on the road, different topics like that. We're going to have some other nonprofits operating in the veteran support service space. We're going to get those guys in here, get to know some of these, and we're also going to start highlighting some of the supporting organizations that have been making it possible for the TPO to keep on trucking. Obviously, this entire season put on the shoulders of Mr. Brian Romans and the Romans Warrior Foundation. They've made it possible for us to have this Doc Talk on the Heroes Media Group for the entire season. For that, we have no words to say how much we appreciate their support and their backing for us to keep this going. So we'll have Mr. Romans on, I'm sure, quite a bit. We'll be talking about 2025 season with the GWAT Wall going to be bouncing around. Stop 22 tour. Hopefully we'll get maybe a couple of those artists to come in here and jam with us for a while, hang out. These are singer-songwriter, U.S. veterans, making music, out there as a pathway to healing as well. So we got a lot of cool stuff lined up for season 5. We're just getting warmed up here. Folks at home, we love you. Appreciate all your support. We don't do any of this stuff without you. As always, tight lines. Be safe.